Hi, I'm Robert Sievers with Wellness and Recreation. Welcome back to our video series on climbing training. Today we will be covering how to train finger and hand strength for climbing. This will include the importance of finger and hand strength when climbing, proper form for crimping and how to prevent injury when crimping, as well as some different ways to train your finger and hand strength, specifically using a crimp and pinch block. Finger strength is very specific to climbing. Improving your finger strength can greatly improve your climbing ability by allowing you to hold on to smaller holds for longer. However, this gain is not without risk to injury. The vast majority of climbing injuries occur to the fingers and the tendons inside them. A great way to prevent injury is to use proper form and how to use the right form in the right situations. There are two forms when crimping. The open hand crimp, when your hand is open and on a hold or edge like this with your knuckles below your fingertips. The hand is open and the thumb is out to the side. This is the safest way to grab onto small holds as it does not put too much pressure and strain on the tendons in your fingers. However, the trade-off for this is that you don't necessarily have as much power or you can't hold on to as small of holds this way. The other form for crimping is a closed crimp, where we have our hands like this and we come up on top of the hold. You see my knuckles are above my fingertips and I wrap my thumb over my index finger. This gives us a lot more power, but it increases the strain on the tendons. It's important to know when to use these. Like an open crimp is I'm going to use it on a better hold if I'm holding it for longer, but I'm only going to use a closed crimp when it's a really small hold and I'm only going to hold on to it for just a little bit. You want to avoid closed crimping when possible. Following these sort of guidelines will kind of help you avoid injury. There are a variety of specific tools that you can use to build finger strength. You can make your own, like this pinch block and a crimp block, which we'll show you how to use later on. These are really easy to make just with a block of wood and a little bit of cord. There's also things you can buy, like a little spring-loaded hand strengthener. And then maybe the most well-known tool for finger strength is a hangboard like this. It has edges and different kinds of holds that you can use to train your fingers. Let's dive into how to use these two tools that let you kind of progressively build your finger strength before you commit your entire body weight to your fingers. We're going to start with the crimp block. We just learned how to do proper form, so you'll want to continue to use that form and find a weight. Once you have a weight, you can attach your block to the weight, and from here you're going to use an open crimp position. So I'm going to keep my hand open, my knuckles below, or in this case above my fingertips, and not have my fingers quite as curled. I'm going to squat over the weight. I don't want the weight over my toes, and then I'm going to keep my arm straight and my forearm in line with the rest of the weight. And then all I'm going to do is just stand up, and then you're going to hold this for as long as you can. I'm working with quite a light weight at the moment. You can just build it up until your fingers feel pretty strong. The pinch block is used the exact same way, but rather than using a crimping form, you're just going to pinch it just like this. And this is definitely more challenging. You can make these wider or more narrow to change the difficulty, but for the most part these are also a fantastic tool. So once you get used to like doing some reps with those and developing a workout where you are on one hand for a few seconds, start with like 5 to 20, and then you take rest, and then you do it on the other hand for that same amount of time, and then you can build a workout that's pretty straightforward. Once you start increasing the weight and you feel like you've developed some strong fingers, you can move to a hangboard, and we'll be covering that in our next video.